Hey everyone, this is Tim McDonald coming to you with another Chat preview. This week we are going to be kind of taking a look at HR Today Forum and previewing that on Chat Radio. And today I'm very fortunate to have our Chat Radio guest for next week on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Elliot Clark. How you doing today, Elliot?
I'm doing great, Tim. How about yourself?
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, I'm so looking forward to this. I'm sure there's going to be a lot to talk about, and we're looking forward to having you as a guest on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Blog Talk Radio, which is Chat Radio. And then we also have a Twitter chat, as most people know, on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time that kind of looks at the same topics that we go through on the radio show. So let's get started just by having you introduce yourself and telling us a little bit about you and what HOR Today Forum is.
Well, Tim, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be doing the show on Tuesday. I am the CEO of Shared Expertise. We are the publishers of HRO Today magazine, which publishes the Baker's Dozen lists, etc., ranking providers, which is a valuable service to the practitioner community. So we publish HRO Today, we publish HRO Today Global, making us the most widely distributed HR publication on planet Earth. And since we haven't found life anywhere else, we could say in the galaxy, all right? So you look at us, we are the world's most widely distributed galactic publication, right? We are also the producers of the HRO Today Forum, and that's what we're going to be talking to you about next week. We manage the HR Outsourcing Association, which is actually an association sponsor of the forum. The HRO Today Forum, I am really excited about this program. We've got some fabulous speakers. We have a panel and a research session, both moderated by Peter Capelli of the Wharton School. We've got Dennis Finn, the Chief HR Officer of PricewaterhouseCoopers, Roger Gaston, the Chief HR Officer of Avaya. We've got John McMahon, the Chief HR Officer of Cumberland Gulf. All speaking or taking part in panels. We've got Cindy Fiedelman, who recently took over staffing and generalist on HR operations for American Airlines. We've got Joe Goldstein, who runs the HR practice at Accenture, revealing some new research. We're going to actually reveal a lot of new research. This is going to be about data. Now, if you think about, the business community, you go to your finance department to get numbers, budgets, and compliance, and you go to your manufacturing department to get products created. You go to sales to get revenue. What do you go to HR for? All right, you go to HR for productivity and workforce management. You want your HR group to help you make your workforce, okay, a competitive advantage. So if you think about what accounting does, you think about if you could boil down HR into one sentence, it's make my workforce a competitive advantage. And that's everything we're going to talk about at the HR Today Forum. It's all about the workforce. And how do you do it? Who are the partners that you need? What makes service providers good at what they do? We're going to have the most highly rated companies on the Baker's Dozens taking part in a panel to try to identify that. So that's what it's all about. It's about the workforce.
So there's going to be a lot to discuss. So if you could just give me and us here at the T-Chat community what you predict is going to be the most talked about or hottest topic at HR Today Forum, just to kind of give us a taste of what we might be discussing next week.
Well, and there are a lot of them, so it's hard to pick just one, but I'll focus on one thing that I think will be very interesting. We're going to be doing revealing a research project where we interviewed senior HR people from the Global 2000 through our HRO Today Research Institute. And what we measured was the perception of generational cohort effectiveness, because millennials are a big issue. So that is perception-based. What do people really think about millennials versus Gen X versus baby boomers? But then we're going to actually, Dennis Finn is going to reveal a research program they did at PricewaterhouseCoopers where they analyzed the productivity and generational cohorts of 40,000 of their workers. So they took them, they grouped them into generations, and they studied them to see attitudes, attributes, really what was going on there. And they did this with the University of London, all right? So Peter Capelli is going to be bringing his data about generational cohorts. We're going to have Dennis Finn's data, and then we're going to compare it to what people really think. Do those line up? You know, that's going to be fascinating.
Excellent. And, you know, that kind of ties in with our recent topic that we just talked about, which was the no labels workforce. So here we're going to be looking at the labels and how what the perceptions are on a statistical level. So this is going to be, I mean, just one aspect, I think, of what we're going to be talking about next week. And I'm so looking forward to having you. Again, it will be on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m., T-Chat Radio with Elliot Clark, and obviously our host, Kevin Grossman, and Megan and Bureau. So between now and then, and even afterwards, Elliot, how can people get in touch with you and find out more about HR Today Forum?
Well, the best way to do it and to register is to go to HROtodayforum.com. And our agenda is there, all of our speakers, registration information, everything you need, HROtodayforum.com.
Well, thank you so much, and everybody, don't forget, tune in to talk with Elliot on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on T-Chat Radio, and then obviously come back on Wednesday to join us in T-Chat Twitter chat at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Elliot, thank you so much for joining us today. Look forward to seeing you on T-Chat Radio next week.
All right.